Hi everyone, welcome to Crypto Street. I'm your host Bitcoingem. Today is going to be Trader's Paradise. I'm so excited for this episode because we are going to look into charts, that is Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, and four altcoins that you requested me on Twitter. And I'm going to do more altcoin analysis in the next few episodes because I could not post two Crypto Street episodes in the last 2 weeks. So to make up for that, I'm going to do a lot of technical analysis. So this is going to be a trader's paradise. If you're somebody who loves technical analysis and who likes to know my opinion about different technical analysis, then I think the next few episodes you're going to enjoy. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you're joining me for the first time. Thank you for joining me. Let's begin today's video. Now let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, we are looking at currently a 3-day chart. I had also done this analysis in previous few episodes of Crypto Street. It's in a massive uptrend. There is no doubt about it. And it's currently facing resistance. This was our resistance zone. I had highlighted that a few times also. And we are currently consolidating at resistance, which is a bullish thing when it comes to dominance. So overall trend is up, but we are facing resistance. There is also a kind of a bearish divergence on the dominance, and which might lead to a retest of this mid zone. If we get some major correction in the Bitcoin dominance, we can come and retest this mid range of this and continue. If this happens, this would give some relief in the alts. And in my opinion, these would be a good moment or a good time to take some profits of your alts, because eventually I see this going higher. And until proven wrong, the trend is intact and it's in an uptrend. So that does mean that we'll get some better buying opportunities. So if you're somebody who looks to accumulate alts and who's looking to accumulate alts for the next bull market, these are good news. If we get a Bitcoin dominance correction, you can sell this pump, and again once it starts pumping higher, you wait for even better buying opportunities, in my opinion, because eventually this will come down in a new crypto bull market. If anything, we look at the past history and if we assume that things are going to happen the same way, then whenever Bitcoin dominance is at peak, that's one of the best moments to buy alts, in my opinion. So keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance, especially if you're trading alts. And even when you plan to buy, it's very important to keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. And if you buy as per Bitcoin dominance, that are one of the best buying opportunities, in my opinion. Let's look at Bitcoin 1 minute analysis. 27,300. This is currently most important price point. Above it, the momentum will be bullish. Below it, the momentum will be bearish. The first support for Bitcoin is 25,900 and the second support is 24,300. And if we reclaim 27,300 as support, then we can go and retest. The first resistance would be 28,800 and the second resistance would be 30,200. So these are the price ranges where I see Bitcoin ranging in the coming 1 or 2 weeks. So the first chart for today that we are looking at is Quant, that is QNT. And this is a Quant USDT chart. And we're looking at a 3-day chart. So this is a 3-day time frame. Every candle is of a 3-day candle. So on a higher time frame, Quant is currently approaching huge supports. The first major support that it has lost is at 107, and the next support is at 95, and the third major support is at 85. So these are huge supports for Quant. You can see very clearly that there are some huge wicks at these price zones. So these are huge supports, and we should get a bounce from here at any one of the price, whether it is 95, 85 or the reclaim of 107. But if it loses 85, then I see no reason why it cannot go and retest this low, which was at around 45 or $50. But overall, if you're bullish on this project, then these are one of the best times to buy Quant, in my opinion, because these are all bearish price actions or bearish price zones, and these, in my opinion, are best zones to buy if you are bullish on the project. The overall structure for Quant currently is this is kind of a consolidation, and you can say it's something like this where it's trying to break this resistance at around $140. So, yes, one of the best opportunities, I think, if you are looking to accumulate Quant. If you are purely looking to trade Quant, then wait for any of the support to be reclaimed. So, if let's say it's currently breaking 107, it's at 105. So, wait for it to reclaim 107 and then you can long it. And if you're somebody who's looking to short currently, this is a good opportunity, I think, where your stop loss can be somewhere above 107 and you can ride it all the way down to 95 is your first take profit zone. And if it breaks 95, you can also target all the way down to 85. So overall, I think these are important zones, these three zones, and 85 being most important because if that is broken on a higher time frame, what I'm talking is about a 3-day or a weekly time frame, then we can see a huge move down. Until then, these zones should provide a good support or a good bounce, in my opinion. So the second chart for today that we are looking at is Bepro. This is Bepro USDT chart, and we're looking at a 3-day chart. The reason I'm looking at 3-day chart of every altcoin is to give you a higher time frame view. So I hope this helps, and I hope you like and appreciate this video. So 3-day chart, Bepro is approaching a huge support, which is at around 0.0008. And it's currently forming a support, but it needs to bounce from here. And a bounce would be very encouraging because if it loses this support, then I see it going all the way down and retesting this zone, which is at 0.004. So another 40 or 50% correction from here. Again, this is a higher time frame support, so you need a good consolidation about this zone. Why this zone is important, you can see over here. Once it was broken, it went down and created this low. And then we saw this huge V-shaped recovery. So again, this is a 3-day chart. So one candle is a 3-day candle. If you look at the daily time frame, you can understand the importance of this 3-day candle even better. Let me take you to the daily time frame. You can see how important this zone is and how this was a previous resistance, and this resistance got broken and we saw this recovery. So in a way, this is also a retest of this zone, because once this resistance was broken, it was never retested. So if this zone held as support, I think this can go for a bounce, and this is a very good zone to take some risk, in my opinion. If you're looking to buy Bepro, if you're looking to purely trade it also, this is a good zone where it should bounce. But if it loses, if we start getting a few daily closes below this, then we can go down. So keep that in mind, which we can see very clearly over here. Once it broke this zone, then we saw this consolidation below this zone, and we saw this huge flush out. So this similar thing can happen, but unless it doesn't happen, assume support is a support unless it is broken. So currently this is acting as support, and this is a zone where it should provide a good bounce, in my opinion, to the zone of 0.0011. So again, let me see how good a bounce that would be. So this is a zone where you can see a 30-35% bounce on Bepro, and if you're looking to trade it, again, good risk to reward. You can, you can keep your stop loss somewhere over here, and I think this is a good risk to reward ratio. If you're bullish on this project, then I think these are some of the best zones to buy. Almost every alt is currently in its bear market accumulation zone, which is one of the best zones to buy. And as I told you in the Bitcoin dominance chart, if Bitcoin dominance keeps going higher, then we can expect alts to go lower and they might give us some of the best buying opportunities. So keep in mind the Bitcoin dominance whenever you are trading alts. So the third chart for today that we are looking at is Verasity, that is VRA. And we are currently looking at VRA USDT chart, and this is a 3-day time frame. So every candle is of 3-day, which is a higher time frame. So on higher time frame, what we can clearly see is that VRA is in a falling wedge pattern, which is a bullish pattern, but within the falling wedge, the price action is bearish. Okay, it's something like this where this is a falling wedge, and you will see the price action to be bearish. That is, it will make lower highs and lower lows, but eventually we see a breakout. So this is something like this what happens to the falling wedge. So currently the price is bearish where we are making lower highs and lower lows on a higher time frame. As you can see, this was a high, this was a lower high, this was again a lower high, again a lower high. So we are constantly making lower highs and lower lows, but eventually this pattern, in the technical point of view, this pattern we expect it to break out on the upside and the overall new bull trend resumes. So the current important zones for VRA, where personally I am looking to accumulate, and again this is not a financial advice, but current important zones in my opinion, we are currently sitting at a support of 0.0044 to 0.0042, which is a very important support. If this is lost, the next big support is 0.003, and the huge support bottom of this wedge is at 0.0015. So any of these price zones I think are amazing zones to DCA in my opinion, because eventually I think this will go way higher. I'm personally very bullish on VRA and I keep on accumulating. If you're someone who's purely looking to trade it and you don't want to wait for it to resume the uptrend, then you can look to buy once it is out of this falling wedge. So whether it happens here, whether it happens here, I don't know, but you can wait and you can buy once it is broken out of this wedge or once you think we have resumed the bull market. But if you're someone like me who's bullish on this project, and I think these are some of the great buying opportunities, and you can DC at these zones, because eventually for me, this is something that will create a new all-time high in my opinion, and which is an amazing risk to reward ratio if you ask me. So this was VRA. Now let's jump on to the next chart. The fourth chart for today that we're looking at is WU USDT, and this is again a 3-day chart. WU overall, you can see this is kind of a bottoming structure, which is a bullish structure. So it's kind of a forming a bottoming structure, currently facing resistance. The first important zone on a higher time frame on a 3-day chart for WU is this zone, which is at around 18 cents. So around 18 to 20 cents is the first zone for WU, which would be a very which should held as support, and it's also currently in this uptrend, you can say, or this is an channel which the price is following. So it's currently sitting at support on the 3-day. If at all we see some correction in the Bitcoin chart, and for that reason we see some downtrend in this price, then this is the zone where you can accumulate some. If we start losing this zone, then the low that we tested over here or we formed over here, kind of a triple bottom, it should form for the recovery. So overall, I think this is a good accumulation zone. The overall price action does look like this is a huge support, and expecting it to hold as support, because once if this support is lost, then there is literally air over here, and this this zone is way lower. So this support should hold, and technically I don't see why it can't, because if it can survive the FTX crash and the bear market crash of Luna and everything, then I don't see any reason why this should break, except for the black swan event. I don't see any reason why the support which was formed, or the low which was formed at around 10 or 11 cents should be broken. So anywhere at 20 cents and 10 cents, these are higher time frame zones to buy, in my opinion, if you are bullish on this project. If you're somebody who is wanting to trade it, again, these are higher time frame supports. So buying supports and selling resistance is one of the best ways to trade, in my opinion. So this was Woo for you. And in today's video, I have shared these 4 charts. I'll come back soon with the next video where I'll bring 4 more charts that were requested to me on Twitter. Please share, comment down below which alts do you want me to analyze. And family, please support this channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, help me grow this channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you in the next episode of Crypto Street. Take care. Bye bye.